And today's training, I'm going to tell you guys what I'm focusing on the most this year. And let me switch over to my iPad and just jump into it. All right. There's a little bit of lag, but it's okay. I'm using Switchboard because the Melon app I used quality looked pretty bad. So we're going to check this out and see how it works. But anyways, you can see my iPad 2022. The number one thing I'm working on this year. Can't read my writing. I have to. It's leverage, and this is a big one for me because I've always kind of done a lot of stuff on my own, and I've been my biggest obstacle. Like most people, I think we are each biggest obstacles, right, for ourselves. If that makes any kind of sense. So one thing I started doing at the end of the year, last year, for the last 2 3 months, 3 months maybe, is I got a personal trainer. So I work out 2 days a week, right? So that's one of the things I'm doing is I have a trainer, which, believe it or not, like 2 days a week, it's not enough for me, right? I have gotten stronger and stuff like that, but it's not like a significant change or anything, right? I put on some muscle, but like it's not enough. I need to work out more. But the good thing is I know that I've been consistent every week. Haven't missed it, and I push harder, right? So when I have a trainer, right? So I get consistency because I show up, right? And this is the thing I've lacked. Whoops, consistency, right? I've lacked that before. Right, if I go on my own, I work out, I do a little bit, get a little tired, kind of stop. My trainer doesn't let me stop. Like today, we were doing like split squats and step ups and all kinds of crazy stuff. Like I was on fire. There's no way in the world I would have pushed myself like that, right? So the consistency, also the intensity, right? Because I know for a fact that, like I said, I don't push myself. I don't show up. And this is in all areas of my life, right? We sometimes take the path of least resistance, the easy way, right? And I need to do more like that because I feel like one of my hangups is I think that everything has to be a struggle, and I know things can be easy, but there's certain things you just got to put the work in, right? So that I have to start working on my days off more, right? And then I probably need to go 3 days a week. That's probably I'm going to switch soon because that will get me more consistency, right? So that's one thing. Another thing we did, my wife and I, is we were kind of just eating the same things over and over again, just not as far as like food as a family. So we decided like this is boring. This kind of sucks. It's the same stuff. Sometimes we make stuff we know we're gonna make. It's just a pain in the ass, right? So the first step we did is we ordered a service. Now we've tried a couple of these before. We went with one called Dinnerly, and it's actually fantastic. It's probably the best one we've had, and we've had ones that were way more expensive. They use a lot of grass-fed organic beef. The price is reasonable. I think it's around $100 introductory. For six meals, 4 servings each meal. Always have leftovers, and yeah, the normal price is like 120. So it's not like outrageous, right? So, but the cool thing that this has allowed us to do. Let me change the color here. This is getting a little stale. Oops. All right. So one of the cool things it's allowed is time together, right? So together with wife, right? So me and the wife make dinner together, and it takes so less time. Like usually it would be most of the time it would be me cooking. Sometimes my wife would cook. Sometimes we'd have like 3 different things going. My wife would be making something for herself, like a salad, or I'd have a different kind of salad, and my son would have something different. So it was like ridiculously wasting time in the kitchen. So now with Dinnerly, we don't think about it. We plan out the week. We have all the ingredients prepped, and it takes like 15 to 30 minutes to make dinner. Everyone has the same thing. I'm not making 8 different things, right? So that's a big step forward. I mean, the next step that I think that I probably will want to do eventually is to get a personal chef, right? Because I don't even want to make the meal. Now it's great because it's given my wife and I a chance to connect more, to cook, to talk, and just like, my son's usually just playing and we have a house has an open floor plan, so we're in the kitchen, like you can see every room except like the bedrooms basically, right? So it's really open floor plan, so that's really cool. But the next thing would be to leverage is to have a personal chef, and that's something I really want to have. I want to have it like them do the shopping and then do the prepping and have the stuff in the food. That's going to be a little big step up. I've heard from a couple people that their business doubled and tripled when they got a personal chef because they weren't wasting time on that, thinking about food and stuff like that, whatever. So I'm not sure if it would do that, but it certainly is a big game changer. And then let's see the next one. Let's do purple. The next thing is with like business stuff, right? So this is because I'm a pretty tech savvy person, so I've built my website, my pages, all that stuff. I'm okay at it. I'm not like a graphic designer or anything, but my website looks decent for me doing it. It looks fantastic actually. But I'm working on a new funnel, and I'm having someone build the funnel for me, right? And it's easy. Can I do it? Yes. And it's just so nice. It's just so nice not having to deal with that, right? And there's a book that I read a while ago. It's called change the color. I want some hot pink. There's a book called what's the name of it? Yeah, what's it? Who, Not How, by Dan Sullivan, I believe it is. And it's great. It's like I think even maybe Russell Brunson talks about this too, about the who's, not the hows. Like who can do this versus trying to do everything yourself. And that's why leverage to me is an important thing. I need to get leverage on myself more often so I can follow through with more things, and I also need to leverage other people's skills, right? So Dan Sullivan also has a thing he calls your unique ability. And we all have our areas of expertise and stuff. And if we can spend more of our time in our zone of genius, in our unique ability, then we get more in the flow state, we get more done, we make more money, we have more fun, we have more fulfillment. And that's important. So doing stuff, there's a great line I've heard for years and years and years, and I love it. It's one of my favorite lines is just because I can do something doesn't mean I should. And I'm still going through that over and over again, right? Because it really is about how do we leverage other people's greatness and skills to make them greater and to make us greater, right? I think it was, but the leverage thing, if you want to move the earth, all you need is a long enough lever and in the fulcrum point, right? To do it. Who's that? Archimedes? What was that? I don't know. Anyway, someone said that. So that's why, for me, it's about leverage this year. 2022 is about leverage. So how are you going to leverage things in your life to make life better, make it easier, right? Post below. What are you doing? What kind of thing? Are you doing anything? Tell me something. I want to incorporate more things I can do. So if we can help each other, it's fantastic, right? So one of the ways I can help people with immense leverage is with their enrollment calls, right? If you have 15 or more enrollment calls a month and you're not enrolling nearly what you want to be, if you're under 15% and you want to get to 30, 40%, then you can get leverage by knowing exactly what's going on in your calls, what's going wrong, what's missing, where you're missing the call, how you should handle this objection, how you can prevent the objection, all those things. You can use me for your leverage. So if you're interested, send me a message. I'll be happy to break down the call for you. We can talk, see if it's a good fit. And if you're getting enough calls, at least like I said, 15, then it won't take long for you to 5 or 10x your investment, and it's guaranteed. So message me, let me know. Hopefully this worked with this Switchboard Live. But either way, all right, guys, have a good one.